This is the process shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in an ambiguous post-apocalypse, and I've seen Angel's Egg, a Japanese animated fantasy drama directed by Mamoru Oshii back in 1985. It's very much driven by an artistic style and its symbolism, telling the story of two unnamed characters, a young girl and an older boy, as they traverse a rather empty landscape, both of whom seem to have no recollection of their pasts, but do seem to know how to survive and communicate at least. The girl carries with her a large egg, unsure if it will ever hatch, but hopeful that it will. The boy, however, is less sure of such an event, nor does he even think that there might be anything in the egg itself, or that anything around them even exists, including themselves. Needless to say, there are a lot of layers to the movie. On one hand, the basic narrative is still clear enough that, even without the context, it's still easy to understand what's going on, thanks to how straightforward and natural the presentation of the world is made. Even with the great amount of symbolism and surreal images and figures that pepper the landscape, the focus on the boy and girl and their discussion is clear enough to latch upon. While their conversation is rather dense and at times philosophical, it can still be comprehended easily enough because of how much it relates to what is being seen, as well as the slow pacing of their discussion and the overall film. That said, on the other hand, you're effectively thrown into this world without any explanation as to what is going on, and it never really lets up on its metaphors. It's also easy to lose track of yourself in the non-traditional story structure, as it shifts from slow conversation of the boy and girl alone to faster-paced occurrences that involve a number of other figures and elements. Again, the treatment of the film's themes is one which keeps them sort of vague, so it's generally up to you to figure out what the ideas at hand are. Though it is pretty clearly driven towards a religious discussion, with explicit references to Noah's Ark and how the boy and girl relate to one's faith in higher powers. In any case, the movie becomes an art house film in this way, presenting only what is necessary to get across the thematic ideas, even if the story itself is lost along the way. Visually, the movie is still pretty amazingly crafted. Part of the reason that the film's metaphorical details are rather obtuse is because of the blessing that is the artistic design, which takes great care to present the world of Angel's Egg with as many smaller details as possible, while retaining the greater sense of mystery. It's a sentiment that's almost literally expressed through the color and lighting design, which remains dreary and blue for the most part, but also has an emphasis on shadows and low lighting that puts the world in a perpetual state of cloudiness or overcast weather. The animated medium allows for a number of impossible visual angles, many of which are put to use to showcase the wide emptiness of the land and the sheer scale of the boy and girl against large and imposing structures. These structures, both man-made and natural, are in a way characters of their own, seemingly given their own histories and lives that have long since been forgotten, but still retain remnants of those times to this day. It's all very complex and intricate, with some backgrounds having details you may miss on a first viewing. The film does seem to have been made for multiple viewings in mind, which may be necessary if you want to understand just exactly what's going on or get a deeper idea of what motivates the characters. I would say that it's worthwhile, though. I've only gotten to see this once, and I'm willing to give this another shot to understand more. Angel's Egg, Mamoru Oshii, 1985. 4.5 stars. I'm not sure if I said enough about it to justify that, but I can at least recommend that you watch the movie for yourself as well. That's it for me. If you like this review, leave it a like. If you have something to add, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. I should be able to catch another screening of this later today. Maybe after lunch. Or dinner. After I eat.